Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chance Ellison. This is the Notorious by Chance Oscars pick. I'm Chance Ellison. Next to me is not Russell Howell. He will be on the channel fucking eventually. I don't know. He's busy. He's on vacation, so I had to outsource a co-host, and I got someone who I've gotten to know pretty well the last couple months. Jacob London's here. Jacob, how you doing, bud?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited for this weekend, obviously, with the Academy Awards, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited to talk some Oscars.
Yeah, we wanted to do the whole thing predicting Oscar, giving our Oscar picks because something we both care about. And I know you're a big Oscar guy.
Yep.
Follow these ceremonies very closely.
I do. I do very thoroughly enjoy them. This year's been a bit weird just because of, hey, we're now including 2021 movies, apparently.
A couple. We're including a couple movies from 2021.
So, yeah.
The first thing we should talk about, something I think is a mistake that they're doing. Like, they've been going hostless for the past two ceremonies, right? Two ceremonies that
Yes. Yeah,
they're doing it again. And I think the ceremony is remote this year, right? There's no way this is live.
No, so this year they've got... I think they've got one in. They are in Dolby Theatre. They are in the Dolby Theatre, but it's only a few people. And then I think in New York as well, they have some people waiting to accept awards, and same with So they've got some people in New York and some people in LA to be able to accept awards and keep socially distant as well, which is interesting. So I'm not 100% sure how they're going to do it. But look, as someone, I've actually been a fan of the not having a host. The last 2 years, I think the ceremony has moved a lot smoother. We haven't just stopped to have random people come in and, hey, here is pizza at the Oscars. Here is the weird people watching A Wrinkle in Time. Here is...
that was always the best because you saw everybody just not enthused by the movie.
Yeah, that's fair. But I've never been a massive fan of those.
That's fair.
Hey, let's just stop the ceremony dead in its tracks to do this little sketch that is basically a late night sketch. So I'm actually not unhappy with how they've done the last 2 years without a host.
Right. No, I think the last 2 years have been fine. I think with this being remotes.
This is the year I think that you needed someone.
You needed one. You needed somebody.
Yeah, I think you needed to get someone to basically come in and just be the main figurehead that they cut back to constantly throughout the show, to basically guide audiences through the fact that, now we're going to Grand Central Station. Now we're going to London. Now we're going to, because I'm not sure how they're doing the international stuff either, but I think that was needed this year. I'm fascinated to see how they're going to do it, but yeah, I think as someone who is a fan of not having hosts, this was the year to have a host.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that this ceremony, especially considering how they're doing it, desperately needed one. But they're going without it. That's their prerogative. But we're gonna talk about who we think is gonna win some gold that night. Starting with our first category, which is Best Visual Effects. Nominees for this year are... It's crazy. I remember a time where I'd only recognize the movies that were in this category. Now I've seen almost everything, or heard almost everything nominated. Nominees are Love and Monsters, The Midnight Sky, Mulan, The One and Only Ivan, and Tenet. I have a feeling if 2020 didn't happen the way it did, these nominees would look a lot different.
Yeah, I have a feeling we'd be seeing probably Eternals. Probably
Dune. Definitely Dune.
Yeah, Dune. Dune, I think, not only would have been in here, I think it may have been the front runner. I think the other big one we probably would have been seeing in here is possibly Bond, especially if it's...
Well, I mean, those aren't traditionally effects heavy. So maybe it's a possibility.
Yeah, it's possible.
I think we'd see that more in the technical categories, but... Yeah. I'm going to go to myself first. My pick for this one is Tenet. I think that Tenet is... This one usually goes to most prestige movie of the bunch. And this pretty much checks that box. I feel like this is the only Tenet's gonna walk away with tonight. I'm just gonna be frank.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my pick for visual effects. I don't know if you feel any differently or.
No, I think Tenet is going to win this award. But I do want to give a little bit of a shout out to Love and Monsters. You know,
I think fun. I like that movie.
I think Love and Monsters. I was so happy that Love and Monsters got this nomination, especially. And look, this is going to be the Australian in me stepping out. That movie was made just up the road here, so I think, you know, and the visual effects were done by a Queensland company. So I'm loving the recognition for that movie, and I would love for Love and Monsters to win this. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Tenet walks away.
Look, if Kangaroo Jack wasn't doing it, I don't Love Monsters doing it either. Sorry. that's how I think it's going to go. All right, moving on. Next category we're going to be talking about. So yeah, we both got 10 on this one. Next one we're talking about is Best Film Editing. Nominees for this one are The Father, Nomad. Holy shit, The Father was edited by Yorgos Lanthimos? No, it wasn't. Yorgos Lamprinos. That's so close. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he? He's a director. Why is he editing someone else's movie? The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Women, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of Chicago 7. This could go a lot of different ways. I think, because
depending on how early this award is awarded. So if this is one of the first awards of the night, I think it's going to set up a lot that is going to change throughout the Academy, throughout the entire night, because Best Film Editing has always been a bit of a, if you want to win Best Picture, you have to be in film editing. If you want to win, and so for film editing is going to be this real big category, I think, this year, to actually truly give us an indication of, are we in for an upset? If Nomadland wins this, I think Nomadland's coming out with absolutely everything, and it's going to start to win pretty much every single award. I don't think it's going like every major that it's nominated for, except maybe actress. If it loses editing, we could be in for a bit of an upset night.
So what's your pick for this?
I'm going to pick Nomadland because I do think it is going to get it. I just wouldn't be surprised if Trial is able to if Trial of Chicago 7 does pull the upset and picks it up.
If Trial beats this, I will shit a brick. Like
I look, if I don't want it to happen, because I think Nomadland absolutely is going to be the front runner and is absolutely deserving of all of the awards that it's probably going to win. I just think that this category, if Trial or even Promising Young Woman comes in and upsets, we could be in for one of those coming in and winning Best Picture.
That'd be wild. But yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there. I have Nomadland, not because I think that it's maybe the best movie out of the bunch. I just think it's just the editing for that film is, I don't know what to describe it. It's a smoothly edited film. I think the way that film flows is just very indicative of that kind of lifestyle. Like it basically takes you on a journey. And I think it's very smartly edited. I think it's very well done. I think it'd be a very deserving winner of Best Film Editing.
Now, the one that we're not talking about though is Sound of Metal.
Sound of Metal could come in and do it. Those are the tough ones.
So Sound of Metal, if Sound of Metal I think comes in and does win this, I think you then see, okay, Nomadland is still winning everything. I think if Nomadland or Sound of Metal win this award, all right, it's Nomadland's night to lose. If Promising a Woman or Chicago comes in and wins this, we could be in for an upset.
It'd be interesting, but yeah, it's between those two. I'm leaning towards Nomadland, but I would not be shocked if Sound of Metal because it's also very, very well edited film. Sound of Metal. I don't know the director's name, but they did a great job with the editing of that film. The editor for that is Mikkel E.G. Nielsen, able to really balance that rocker life with the whole like smooth transition into him dealing with his deafness. So yeah. Either of those things is a worthy winner of the award. Next one we're moving on to is best costume design. So nominees for this one are Emma, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Mulan, and Pinocchio, because this one got an unnatural amount of awards, or amount of award nominations.
I see, this one's tough for me because I have a feeling. Look, I want it to go to Emma because I loved Emma and I thought Emma was absolutely gorgeous and incredibly fun movie, and it was one of the last movies I saw before all hell broke loose. I think it's going to go to Ma Rainey's though. I wouldn't be shocked if Ma Rainey picks this one up.
Really, you got Ma Rainey in this one?
Yeah, I think Ma Rainey could end up picking this one up. I have a real feeling, and this just spoilers for the rest of the this show. I think Mank could seriously end up with no Academy Awards. Same, and I also think Chicago 7 could end up with no Academy Awards.
I thought Chicago 7 will end up with nothing.
Yeah, so I think there's a real chance Mank could also do that and not win a single Academy Award. Okay. This is a category that it's got a big shot in, I think, because it's a period piece. The Academy loves period pieces, so I wouldn't be shocked if it does pick up an upset here, but I think Ma Rainey's probably got it.
Yeah, I'm actually going to disagree with you on this one. I am going with Mank, just because I feel like, Mank is not a lock in a lot. When we first heard David Fincher was doing this film, we thought, okay, this can be the one that gets him his. It's gonna be the one he finally wins the Oscar for. Then we saw Mank, we saw the movie, like, okay, maybe not, but I think that it's definitely too hard between these two. But I'm leaning towards Mank in that I think the Academy will want to give it something, and if nothing else, to make up for Citizen Kane losing back in the day. But
that is also fair.
Yeah. I feel like if Mank's going to win anything, it's going to be costume design. So I'm leaning towards Mank, but I think Ma Rainey is a good pick as well. All right. Next category on the list. What do we got here? Here we go. Best makeup and hairstyling. Nominees in this category are Emma again, Hillbilly Elegy, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, and Pinocchio.
This one I think is a lock for Ma Rainey. Just with Viola Davis alone, I'm like, this is a lock for Ma Rainey.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree on that one. I think that the fact that like Viola Davis is almost unrecognizable. Like she just with with the heavy makeup, the bodysuit she's wearing. Like it almost just doesn't look like her. I think that the hairstyling is very indicative of that time. So I think it's very well, but as far as like from the costume design and makeup standpoint, it's very well put together. So I do think that would be a worthy winner. It's it's between that and Mank. Although I would love to see Hillbilly Elegy win something.
I actually, that could be that's my dark horse for this one. I think the makeup on Glenn Close is the only reason she's nominated for an Academy Award this year. So I think maybe there is a chance she could pick this one up, as like that. Hillbilly Elegy could pick up makeup, but that's I think that's still a long odd. I'd be going with Ma Rainey, but it's a chance.
Yeah, I mean, again, it is a long shot, but I am leaning towards Ma Rainey. I mean, we already know their big ticket, which we'll get to later. But I think that this is gonna be among like the smaller awards. This is gonna be the one that I end up taking home.
Yeah.
Next category we're talking about is gonna be best cinematography. Nominees for this one are Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, News of the World, Nomadland, and Trial of Chicago 7. Trent, how many nominations does Chicago 7 have? Do you remember? Do you know offhand?
8, I'm pretty sure. It's got 8, and and Mank has 10.
Is Mank the most nominated movie tonight?
Yes, Mank is the most nominated. Sorry, Chicago 7 only has 7. 6. Sorry, 6.
It'd be so cool if they had 7.
Yeah. So Mank, there's a lot that have 6.
Mank's the most nominated tonight.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go first this time. My pick for this one is Nomadland. I think this is, okay, like I said, I think it's an Academy favorite. I think it's extremely well shot. I think that this movie is going to, I think it's going to do gangbusters. But I also just think that I think it's a deserving winner, and I think that it's going to take home. I think it's going to take home the award for this one.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. Again, this could be one of those awards though that could be a signifier that, like in 2015, maybe The Revenant's not going to completely overtake the entire awards that we all thought of, because those first 6 awards in 2015 all went to Mad Max, and suddenly there was that genuine question of, oh, do we have a race on our hands? And we were. It just wasn't between Mad Max and Revenant. It was Spotlight, which, whatever.
Sure.
But Revenant didn't come out and sweep all of the technicals, which is what everyone was predicting. I have a feeling, right. I think the same thing could happen here, except there isn't that other film that can come in and win everything. And there isn't that beloved film as well, like there was with with Mad Max. So I have a feeling Nomadland is going to get this, but this could be another one of those signifier categories, and a film like News of the World could sneak in.
Yeah, I think it's definitely it's a toss up for sure, but I do think that News of the World winning would be odd. I think if it was going to be anyone else,
if it's any, like, we could end up getting to a point where Mank does win a few Academy Awards, and suddenly we are of this conversation of, whoa, hang on, did the Academy like Mank more than we thought? Because, and again, we've seen this in the past. Could we be seeing the snapback from Parasite winning Best Picture last year? That the older side of the Academy tries to take back the reins and goes, no, we're going to a movie that is more in line with old school Academy Awards. Because we saw it when Green Book won with, it came straight after Moonlight and Shape of Water. 2 movies that couldn't be any more out of the Academy's wheelhouse to suddenly snapping back and going to Green Book.
Yeah, that's true. It's a very weird transition.
We could be seeing that snapback this year. Mank could be the film that becomes we are taking back control of the Academy Awards, because obviously the Academy has this big internal collision happening at the moment between the old school Academy members and the new ones that they've put in recently to try and diversify it, rightfully so. But those old members are still alive, and they are trying to keep a lot of their control. And I think you are seeing that in some of these movies and some of the picks that are coming in.
Yeah, so I'm still going Nomadland. If Mank takes it, we'll be surprised.
Yeah, I still think Nomadland's got it. I just, again, there's some, these are the signifier categories of maybe could we be reading something into what's going to happen later in the night, especially because, look, there's a real chance Nomadland walks away with 6 Academy Awards. Like, there's a real chance that happens, that she walks that they walk away with winning every single award. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Next category we're looking at is Best Production Design. Nominees in this one are The Father. Wait, hold on. Put the banner up. Why is it coming? Why isn't that going up? This sucks. All right. Yeah, there we go. Nominees are The Father, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, News of the World, and Tenet. I thought visual effects was the only nomination. I guess I was wrong. So yeah, for this one, I think for me, I think I'm just gonna go to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, just because the stagier aspects of that film are basically what takes front and center. I think that, for a movie that takes place mainly in one location, you can tell a lot had to go in that one location. I feel like the Academy's going to recognize that. Again, I feel like Mank should be a runner-up in a lot of categories. I feel like it's the runner-up here. It's a 2 hours race up. I'm leaning towards Rainey on this one.
I've got the opposite. I think this is the only award Mank wins.
Really? You got Mank in this one?
I've got Mank in this one. I think this is, if the Academy is going to give Mank any Oscars, I think this is the only one that they do give it. But I just think the 40s style, I think, is they're really going to lean into, and it's going to remind a lot of the older Academy of movies from their age. And I think that's, I do think that is something that we don't take into consideration when it does come into a lot of these. And the production designer, she is like a very beloved production designer. So sorry, he is a very beloved one who's like won a whole bunch. So I do think that Mank is going to get it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ma Rainey does pick this one up.
Oh, interesting. So I didn't realize this. The same person, the production designer for Ma Rainey, has also worked on Alice in Wonderland. So she's won an Oscar already.
Yeah.
Interesting. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see like which of these two, because the production designer for Mank's also won an Oscar. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so so battle of the already ones. Next category we're looking at is Best Sound. Nominees are Greyhound, Mank, News of the World, Soul, and Sound of Metal. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I think this is Sound of Metal. I'd be shocked if anybody else won this, just because like it's literally like the core of that movie is sound. Like, how do you not give that? How do you not give it to that?
If Sound of Metal doesn't win this award, the Academy hated Sound of Metal. Like, it's like, oh, okay. How? Like, I will not understand how any other movie but Sound of Metal wins this. The only other one, again, if Mank wins this somehow pulls it out of its ass and wins this, Mank's winning Best Picture. I'm putting it out there right now. If
we're staking it all on sound.
If Mank wins sound, Mank is winning Best Picture and David Fincher is getting director. It's the only explanation that could possibly happen is that they're just going, Mank is sweeping everything because screw all of you for not liking this movie or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's just like a wild, like, that's a wild thing to pull. Okay, you know what? Sound, that's what we're watching. It's Mank wins sound. That's how we know. Pay attention. All right, yeah. We both agree with Sound of Metal. Should win. If it doesn't, something. If
it doesn't, I mean, look, there's a chance Soul could maybe take it. Maybe, but the Academy's got a weird thing with animated films in technicals, so I don't see it happening.
Yeah, which sucks because it should get recognized among other movies, but that's a bias they got to root out amongst themselves. So it's fine.
Yep.
Next, sticking with sound real quick. Next category we're talking about is Best Original Score. Nominees for Best Original Score are The Five Bloods, Mank, Minari, News of the World, and Soul. 2 of these movies have the same nominees. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross coming into this not just once but twice.
Yeah, I mean, they're Fincher's boys at the moment. He's working with them on everything
since Social Network, right?
Yeah. So look, as they're winning an Oscar, either or they're winning it because it's either that or Mank. Like, I'm going with Soul. I will be shocked if it is anything else. I'm just glad that they actually nominated Soul, considering everyone was convinced it wasn't going to be eligible. I'm glad that the Academy did actually allow the eligibility and that they gave it the award, that they gave it the nomination. I mean,
yeah, between the 2 Nine Inch Nails nominations, I'm going to go with the nomination in which they have a black guy with them. I am going with Soul. I do love that score. Someone who I would love to see win. I don't think he has any shot. Is Emile Mosseri for
Yeah.
Mank, or not for Mank, for Minari.
For Minari, yeah.
Yeah, I think his score for that is incredible. I also really love the work he did for Last Black Man in San Francisco last year. Love that movie. I think his score is incredible. So I'm glad he's getting recognized. I would like to see him win. I don't think it's happening unless Trent and Atticus cancel each other out somehow.
He's the third. He would be third in the list at the moment, realistically.
Probably.
So it's possible that they do cancel each other out. I don't see it happening. I think Soul does take this one pretty handedly.
Yeah, no, I'm absolute agreement there. So yeah, Soul taking that one. Gonna be nice to see John Batiste win an Oscar and then go back doing late nights. It's gonna be very strange.
Yep.
Next one we're talking about is Best Original Song. Best Original Song nominees are Fight for You from Judas and the Black Messiah, Hear My Voice from the Trial of Chicago 7, Husavik from Eurovision, not Yaya Ding Dong, which I know is the one people wanted. I think would have been hilarious, but
amazing.
IOC or Scene from The Life Ahead, and Speak Now from One Night in Miami. So I'm gonna say it first. So my pick is, look, I had this as the pretty heavy front runner going in. Some things happen, maybe I'm not so sure, but regardless, I am still picking Speak Now. Mostly because I think that Leslie was a heavy favorite to win Best Supporting Actor. Mm-hmm. I don't think he is anymore, but I thought they're going to want to give him something. So I feel like they're going to give him, and he's a writer on Speak Now, so people can give him for Speak Now.
A month ago, a month ago, before the nominations came out, I was just like, this is the biggest lock of the night. Biggest lock of the night. Original song, Speak Now is going to win the Academy Award. I'm still that he is going to win. I am still picking him to win, that Speak Now wins. But goddamn, this race has gotten a lot closer than it had any right to.
It is way too close right now.
Like, the Academy clearly didn't like One Night in Miami to the level that everyone thought they did. So it's interesting here because I don't quite know where the Academy feel about that movie. But you're right. They did nominate him. I think this could be their chance. This is where they give him the award to say, oh, yep, here, thank you for your service, essentially. Thank you for your
time.
Yeah, well, and, the other thing is he had Hamilton this year, which...
That is true. That was last year.
That is a big thing to take into consideration, is that Hamilton did come out. This was really his breakout year in terms of mainstream audiences. Like, I know obviously theater audiences knew him for years and he was a supporting character for a long time, but this was really his breakout into people knowing his name.
I mean, look what he did last year. Hamilton, One Night in Miami, music. Just in general, music. I mean, how could you not recognize that? Look, if anything, I don't know for putting up with the direction of Sia for several months.
That's fair.
I haven't seen
the other
music,
one,
but I gotta.
I refused. I had an invite and I just didn't go.
I would have gone. And I'd be like, yeah, music.
No. The only other one that could possibly come in, I think, is the Eurovision song. That movie has gained a lot of traction, and I would have been fascinated if they did give it to Yaya Ding Dong, because I think actually that could have maybe upset it. Like, I really actually do think
Yaya Ding Dong would have made this a race.
I actually think they could have, but it's what it is. I also get why pushing this song, because it is the big song of the movie. It's the climactic song. It's the big moment. I get why that's the one you push. So, yeah.
I'll go and speak now. I do have one stub in Eurovision. There's one dude who, like, it's like an extra. He has to say with complete sincerity, play Yaya Ding Dong. He's able to do that. In fact, he's able to do that without cracking a smile. That deserves it.
Dude, Eurovision was so much fun. Like, just how stupid that movie is. It's so much fun.
I was late to the game on that one, man. I was late to the game, but I enjoyed it. I really did.
Yeah.
More than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, that was as well. We had it on just one night randomly, and we were kind of also like doing other things, and then we actually just started watching it and actually watching it because it was just funny. I was just laughing more than it had any right to. Like, I enjoyed it.
All right. Next category. Next, that's a smaller category we're talking about. I guess this is a bigger one technically, but it's on the cusp. Best animated feature. Nominees are Onward, Over the Moon, Shaun the Sheep, Farmageddon, Soul, and Wolfwalkers. Now, let me say, I watched Wolfwalkers the other day. That movie is awesome. It is excellent. I really like the work that director's done because it's the same guy who did Secret Cows and Song of the Sea, both of which are great. I would love to see him win this, but let's be real here. It's going to Soul.
This is the same thing that happened last year. There are other movies by Disney that are better that are just gonna get buried because no one's seen them. And
I wouldn't say Wolfwalkers, but I do like Soul more than Wolfwalkers.
I'm talking Over the Moon. I think Over the Moon was
really that's the one you're going with.
I loved Over the Moon, so I would I at this point would not be shocked if like Soul's winning this. It's an absolute lock, and Soul has got it.
I mean, Disney basically has they have the stamp on this Oscar,
which is funny because for the longest time they didn't. So when it first started, I think
Shrek was the first winner.
Yeah, so Shrek was the first winner, but then Pixar were winning it. They could only get Pixar ones. None of their films could win it. And then I'm pretty sure Big Hero 6 is the first. No, Frozen was the first one to actually win. So, yeah.
But yeah, chances are if Disney or Pixar puts out a high quality movie, they're going to win this. You put out a mid quality movie. Like Brave somehow won this animated feature.
I'll never understand Brave.
Don't understand how that works.
Especially when Wreck-It Ralph came out that same year.
I didn't say anything with that. Wreck-It Ralph, Frankenweenie. I don't think Paranormal was even nominated. That movie's great.
Paranorman, I'm pretty sure. I'd be pissed. I'm pretty sure Paranorman wasn't.
I'd be pissed if Paranorman was nominated. That movie was awesome. But yeah, that was easily the biggest nominee that year and somehow still won. I don't get it. But yeah, either way. So, a deserving winner. Most likely going to take it. So that's it for the smaller categories. Not gonna again. I can't really comment speculative on documentaries.
Yeah.
The documentaries, documentary shorts, live action shorts, or animated shorts. I haven't seen many of them. I've seen one international feature. That's Another Round, which I do think will win. Best international feature.
I'll be shocked if
that movie's great.
Yeah, I'll be shocked if Another Round doesn't win it. Especially considering it got Best Director nomination. Yeah. I'll be shocked if it doesn't win that. But Stranger Things
have happened. Now moving on to the quote unquote Big Five, even though it's technically six, but whatever. The year that just because two technically count for the same one.
Yeah.
First of which is Best Adapted Screenplay. Nominees here are Borat, subsequent movie film, The Father, Nomadland, or One Night in Miami, and The White Tiger, which was a random nomination.
It was actually.
It's a good movie, but that just I was like, wait, really? Okay, cool. But now look, I will say this: I think there's a very good chance that Kent Powers could walk away with this because he wrote One Night in Miami. He worked on Soul. They might give him honor him for the year because he worked on the screenplay for One Night in Miami. But yeah, smart money in this category is on Nomadland.
I think Nomadland's going to win this. I actually think the possible upset is The Father.
The Father, really?
I think because, and we'll get to Best Actor, but because I think most of the Academy now knows Best Actor isn't the race it probably deserved to be, they'll want to give something to The Father, and I think this could be where it comes in.
That's fair.
So the other one that could upset is
Borat.
Borat. The only reason I think Borat won't is a lot of the Academy are stupid and don't realize that there is a lot that goes into, there is a screenplay that would have gone into a mockumentary like that. Like there actually is a screenplay and a story that would have gone into that. So I think a lot of the Academy don't actually like. A lot of the Academy won't have that same realization of that. So I think just based on public perception, it won't. It's not going to get nominated. Also because it's a Borat movie.
Also comedy.
Yeah, and so I don't see adapted screenplay being nominated. Borat winning adapted screenplay. I do actually. I'm different to you. I'm going to go The Father. I think The Father is going to win this.
You're going The Father?
No, I am. I think The Father can pull this one off.
Okay, so let me just correct that. You got to document this.
Yeah,
you're going The Father over Nomadland.
I'm going to go The Father. I just have a feeling like, look, I think Nomadland could end up sweeping all 6. But I think there's also going to be 1 or 2 of them that the Academy goes, it's not winning all 6. It's not winning all of them.
No.
Yeah, like, we've seen in the last couple of years that the Academy likes to spread the love lately. Like, that they do like giving films more than, like, really, they don't like collecting Academy Awards for one film. They rather give them to 5 or 6 different movies. We've seen that in the last couple of years. So, I mean, last year was a little bit of an outlier with Parasite, but we're starting to see this from the Academy. So I think The Father could end up walking away with this one.
All right. Next category we're talking about is going to be Best Original Screenplay. Nominees for this one are Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and Trial of Chicago 7. First of all, let's get the way. Trial of Chicago 7 is not winning this.
This is an interesting race. This is a very interesting race.
I know it's Sorkin. The Academy loves that dude, but against the rest of this, I don't think he's coming on with it.
I agree. I don't think he's going to. I think this is Promising Young Woman's to lose. And I think the dark horse is more Judas than Trial of Chicago 7. But I think this is a closer race than I think you're giving it credit to.
That's fair. I mean, look, could he win? Possibly. I don't think, because I think if he doesn't win this, I think Chicago 7 will walk out with little to nothing tonight.
Yeah.
Or that night. But yeah, against the rest of it, I don't think. I just don't think he can hold a candle. I'm also going to promise Young Woman. I think the screenplay is great. I think they're going to want to honor Emerald Fennell for, again, first feature being as good as it was. I do think that's something the Academy's going to recognize and going to want to pay homage to. I
mean, we saw this last year with Jojo Rabbit and
Jojo Rabbit, Jordan Peele the year before.
Yeah. Like a screenplay. Generally, screenplay will go to someone who has had their breakout Academy film. So the film that either their breakout film or their breakout film that the Academy goes, oh no, we recognize how good this is. And I think this is the year that for Promising Young Woman.
Yeah, I agree. I think potential upsets, Minari and I actually look at the Minari and Judas Black Messiah are two that I'd look at to upset it. I don't think it'd happen, but I think that those are the two I'd be looking at if I was going to call anything an upset. Moving on, next category we're talking about is moving on to the acting categories. First one we're talking about is Best Supporting Actress. Nominees are Maria Bakalova for Borat, subsequent movie film. Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy. Sorry, I just find that funny that that's here. Olivia Colman for The Father. Amanda Seyfried for Mank. Good for her. And Yuh-jung for Minari. This is probably one of the more interesting races we've had for Best Supporting Actress in a long time, because like a couple of them, like I don't know if like anyone was like a lock. I wouldn't look at anyone their race to lose.
In all honesty, I mean, this one started to shore up a little bit for me. It's really started to go to Young, and I think she is going to win for Minari. But it's a lot close. It's definitely not the lock we've had in the last couple of years, where you look at all the, like last year, the four people who won the Academy Award last year, everyone was like, they won it back in December. We all knew it, and nothing changed since December.
I mean, biggest problem with Laura Dern was her best competition was on the bench. They weren't even playing.
Yeah, and I think this year, Minari, they're going to want to give something to. I think, again, Minari hasn't won an Oscar yet. So I think this will be what they give it to.
In our theoretical world, yes, it's not one Oscar.
Yes, sorry, yes. I think
if I could go back and give it best visual effects, I would absolutely do
that. But I think that this is her award to lose at this point. The only other one I can possibly seeing upset is Olivia Colman, but because she won it 2 years ago, I don't think they're going to give it to her again. If she hadn't won it for the favorite, I think she wins this for the father. But
that's sound logic.
Yeah, I do think that because she won it for the favorite, I don't think she gets it again this year, and I think they're going to spread the love.
Yeah, I'm also going Yuh-jung. I also think she's incredible in that movie. I think she's the standout. It reminded me a lot of when Joshua Chen was being talked about Best Supporting Actress for The Farewell, which she should have won but wasn't even nominated for, which fucking sucks. But yeah, I feel like this is kind of the apology for that movie, or for that move. But either way, I think she's deserving. Now, I'm gonna go a little different for you because I think if anyone's gonna upset her, I think it could be Maria Bakalova for Borat.
Yeah, that is true. I think Maria could come in and Maria's definitely gotten a lot of momentum going her way late in the game. But I just think I do think that this is hers to lose at this point.
Yeah. And she'd be my pick to win. I hope she does. I think she's fantastic. Go watch Minari if you haven't seen it. But yeah. Next category, moving on to Best Supporting Actor. Nominees are Sacha Baron Cohen, not for Borat, but for Chicago 7. Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami. Paul Raci for Sound of Metal. And Lakeith Stanfield also for Judas and the Black Messiah, who should not be here. Not because he's bad in the movie.
No, he should be an actor.
He is decidedly not supporting in that movie.
No. Look, this is a month before the nominations dropped. This was Leslie's to lose. Leslie was all but a lock. I would have back in December if you had said let's put a bet on this category, I absolutely would have said Leslie's winning it. Absolutely. He's not going to win it this weekend because it's going to be Daniel Kaluuya. Daniel Kaluuya is an all but a lock. Absolute. This is the closest lock. This is the closest lock out of all the acting awards, and that's even actor.
Really, even with that,
there is something in actor this year that I think maybe maybe they could. God, dude, Anthony Hopkins in The Father is So I think there is a chance, but again, I can't see Daniel Kaluuya losing it from here, especially with the Laketh nomination, which proves the Academy love this movie. If Laketh getting nominated is instant proof that Daniel's winning this because they loved this movie, but Daniel's the one that has been getting all the recognition. So I'd be shocked if Daniel lost this.
Loved it so much they couldn't even put him in the right fucking category. But everyone was saying Leslie Odom Jr. leading up to this. I saw he was a pretty heavy favorite coming in before the nominations came out.
Yeah,
but I was there. I'm just like, because Juice got pushed back. I'm like, nah, you wait, because Juice gonna come out. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. Daniel Kaluuya is going to steal that race, and that's what's happening now. Because my pick is also Daniel Kaluuya. Again, maybe the best performance of his career, which is saying a lot because he's been turning in a lot of great work recently. I think he's excellent in Judas Black Messiah. My biggest worry with Lakeith being here, though, I love seeing him nominated for an Oscar. I think he's one of the best actors working right now. The biggest fear for this is Kaluuya and Lakeith cancel each other out and open it up to somebody else.
I think I would normally be worried about that, but we've actually very rarely seen that happen. Typically, when there's someone who is the front runner in a movie, and there's two people who do get nominated, typically they win. It's very rare that we actually see the canceling each other out from the same movie. I
still have not forgiven them for The Godfather in 73.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know 3 spots were greedy, but come on, give it to one of them. Like, one of them deserved it. Probably James Conner. Yeah. One of them deserved it. Still a little salty to the Academy over that one. So the Academy over a lot of things. Let's be real.
Oh yeah. No, that I can appreciate.
Looking right at you, Rami Malek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bale should have won it for that.
I mean, no, Bradley Cooper. That was Bradley Cooper's Oscar, signed, sealed,
delivered. Yeah, actually, no, that is fair. No, that is fair. Actually, yeah, Bradley Cooper was damn good in Star is Born.
But it's okay, so Bradley Cooper's a great actor. He's going to get a lot of chances to win Oscars throughout his career. He's probably going to get.
He's had a lot of chances already.
He's had a lot of chances. Things don't shake out. He probably deserved it a few times, but yeah, that should have been the one, man. I'm going to go here. That should have been the one. He is awesome in The Star is Born. Learn to sing. Learn to play guitar. Learn to be Sam Elliott 2.0. Like, look at everything he did for that movie.
Dude didn't even get nominated, for director.
Oh, for
he got
director,
nominated for director. He didn't even get nominated for director. I'll never understand that.
It's ridiculous. And the one thing that movie won was the one thing he wasn't involved in.
Yeah.
At least not for that song.
No.
Moving on. Best Actress. Nominees are Viola Davis from Range, Black Bottom, Andra Day for United States versus Billie Holiday. Yeah, that happened. Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of a Woman. I'm surprised, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Frances McDormand for Nomadland, and Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman. This is, I think, maybe the tightest race of all the acting categories.
This is the best race of the night. This is the best race we've had in years. For an award, for an acting award, this is the best race we've had in years. Because right now, I could make an argument for all 5 winning. I've never said that about an acting award this close to the Oscars, where you could legitimately actually make an argument of all 5 of these women winning the award. To be fair, one of the arguments is, well, she hasn't won any of the other ones that every other person and every other award has gone to a different actress. So she's the 5th one. So they'll probably give it to her so that every single award is different. But, Andra Day won the Golden Globe. Viola Davis won the SAG. Frances McDormand won the BAFTA. Like, we are really, really close to suddenly having this absolutely open season of a race, and I'm excited. I still think this is Carey Mulligan's to lose. I think Carey Mulligan has got it, but again, Viola could come in and steal it. Frances McDormand could come in and steal it. I don't know. This is the one that I am most looking forward to. This is the award I am most looking forward to all night, because I think it's going to be fascinating who wins this Oscar.
I agree. I think this is the one I'm watching most closely this Sunday. It's close, and I do think Mulligan's a big deserving winner. I'm leaning towards Frances on this one.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think that, but here's what can detract from that. First of all, she's already got 2.
Yep.
I feel like if she didn't win for 3 billboards, I think she'd be a lock for this. I think she'd be definitely a lock for it. This is the best performance I've seen from her in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
However, she already has the 2. So I feel like, they don't like to let actors pile up Oscar unless you're Daniel Day-Lewis or Jack Nicholson or Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
Or Kat Hepburn. There's a couple that have exceptions.
But that's the thing. If she wins this, she will join, I think, 5 other actors, like 5 other performers ever to have more than 2 Oscars. A lot of people have 2. There's only, I think, 5 that have more than 2.
It's Daniel, Jack,
Daniel,
Meryl.
Jack, Meryl, Hepburn, and I'm pretty sure there's one other actor who won 3 supporting.
Was it Spencer? It's not Spencer Tracy, was it?
No.
No, it's not. He has 2. Jason Robards has 2. Shit, who's the other one? Okay, anyway.
Walter Brennan.
Walter Brennan, that's it. Okay.
He's got 3. And that's it. 5 people have more than 2 Academy Awards. So you are saying that Frances McDormand is in elite company, which, to be fair, she is. I think she absolutely does deserve to be in here. And I wouldn't be shocked if she wins. Viola Davis won, I think I would be shocked. And here is the only reason Ma Rainey wasn't nominated for Best Picture. So I think the Academy clearly didn't have for the Academy to give Best Actor and Best Actress the Oscar to a movie and then to not nominate it for Best Picture, I would be shocked if that happened.
Yeah, that's fair, but I do think that it's definitely a possibility. I would love to see Carey win, just because I feel like she's an actress who's kind of flown under the radar for almost her entire career.
Yeah,
and this is kind of like, hey, I'm great. I can be fantastic too and steal the entire movie and Carey stuff. So yeah, I would like to see Carey take this, but I'm smart money right now. I think is on Frances. I wouldn't be shocked if Carey or any of these women win. Again, I like to see Carey win because I think she's great.
Yeah, I think that's what I think. I think Carey's got the best story as well out of the 3. Because I think, I think Andrea and Vanessa Kirby are the 2 who are probably they're in the fight, but they're definitely lower on the 3. I think Viola, Frances, and Carey are the 3 frontrunners. Carey has the best story out of the 3. Viola just won it 3 years ago. And Frances just won it 2 years ago. 3 years ago as well, same year.
No. 3 years for Frances, 4 years for Viola.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 2016. Jesus, it's been 4 years. Okay. I think that's the story. Carey's got she's been nominated a few times. She is a well-known actress within Hollywood, and she is a very, she's a very, very deserving actress of an Academy Award, and this is probably her best performance. And I think that story is a better story than let's give a 3rd Academy Award to someone, let's give a 2nd Academy Award to someone.
I agree. I do agree. But I think that the power of Frances' performance could go unnoticed, but might not go unnoticed. So yeah, I'm looking at a potential upset for that one. Next one we're talking about is Best Actor. So nominees for this one are Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, Anthony Hopkins for The Father, Gary Oldman in Mank, and Steven Yeun in Minari. Pour one out for Delroy Lindo, who should have been here. Very much should have been here.
Absolutely should have been. Not Gary. Look, I like Gary Oldman, but the dude just won it. Get him the fuck out of this category. It should have been Delroy Lindo. It absolutely should have been. He deserved to be in it.
Yeah. And again, if you're making the argument for Lakeith and support, honestly, here's what you do: you kick out Oldman, put Lakeith in lead where he belongs, and then give Delroy the last supporting spot, and then he wins.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is this is pretty cut and dry. This is the most cut and dry category of the night.
I'm not.
Yeah,
look, I'm picking Chadwick. Don't get me wrong. Chadwick is winning this award. I just also think this is a lot closer than people are willing to admit. Really? And I think that I think it is, and I think that because clearly the Academy didn't love this movie as much as we think they did. I think that they loved The Father. We can see that through the nominations that they did love The Father. And I think that Anthony Hopkins might have pulled an upset had Chadwick not passed away. I think Chadwick passing away is the thing that's taken it over the line. Yeah. And I think that is just another one of the tragedies that's taken us of all of this. Is this would have been a great race, like between them and Riz Ahmed, this would have been a fantastic race. And sadly, the tragedy has just it's going to be amazing to see Chadwick win this Academy Award. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. It's going to be it's easily going to be the most emotional moment of the night. Especially in the year we've had, it's probably going to be even more emotional than the In Memoriam section. But and especially, when he won, they were able to do it early because it was supporting. Everyone knew he was winning it. It was supporting actor. He was going to win it. They were able to do it earlier in the night to get the emotions out so that people can kind of come back and have to be excited again. And I think having it so late is going to be an emotional moment for the entire awards.
Yeah, the supporting used to be like the first couple up.
Yeah, supporting actor or actress is always one of the first or second awards. There was one year they decided we're going to do it. There was one year that they decided we're going to do it in the order of a film being made. Oh, and then so they started with screenplay, and then like halfway through they just went, nah, fuck that, and just decided we're doing other things now, and it was weird, but yeah. I do think Chadwick's got this award.
Yeah, I agree. Although I do wish, honestly, if I had my pick, I give Steven Yeun. I think he's fantastic in Minari.
I'm actually shocked by how Minari hasn't performed. I really thought Minari was I really thought Minari was going to blow up after it came out. I really thought that we were going to start, like, it had the right trajectory. It was getting released at the right time. I really thought we were going to start seeing this big upward swing, and it just didn't come. It actually came for Judas. Judas came out, and that was the movie that was
the big swing.
That was the one that took a lot of momentum and really swung up.
They pulled the Clint Eastwood tactic.
Yeah, they did, and I Judas really hit hard, and I think that sucked all the momentum that Minari was building completely out of it. And yeah, I think that's Minari. I think that's going to be a big casualty of this year's Academy Awards. Is Minari just is probably going to get the one Oscar, and that's for supporting actress.
Yeah. A24 usually only puts they're really pushed behind like one movie.
Yeah.
And this was it. Did not panning out this time.
But I'm also glad that he even got nominated, because there was there was talk he wasn't even going to be nominated. So I'm glad he actually got nominated.
Oh yeah, no, props Steven Yeun. You're excellent, Minari. Happy to see you here, buddy. And like I said, I'm gonna pick, I would have given it to you. Best director, we have Thomas Vinterberg for Another Round, David Fincher for Mank, Lee Isaac Chung for Minari, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, and Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. It's funny. When we talk, I don't know, a year, 6 months ago, if we had said, hey, David Fincher is going to win his first best directing Oscar, we'd all have been like, fuck yeah. Yeah. If it happened now,
people will be pissed. If Fincher won this award this year, people are going to be pissed.
It's kind of what I want. It's kind of what I want to win, because I want to see the reaction to it. I think it'd be funny. I'd be funny as hell.
Yeah, it's gonna if Fincher wins for this, oh man, the reaction will be
the internet's gonna explode. It's gonna explode.
This is Chloe's. If Chloe doesn't win this, if it goes to anyone other than Chloe, the internet's going to explode, and it will be. If Chloe doesn't win this, it'll be one of the biggest upsets in Oscar history. Bigger than La La Land losing to Moonlight. It will this will be huge if Chloe does not win this Academy Award. She is by far and away the favorite. She's more of a favorite than than when Catherine Bigelow was for Hurt Locker. This is huge, and she's going to be the second woman in Oscar history to win an Academy Award.
Yeah, I agree. Chloe Zhao is my pick. Again, I can't see anybody beating her. Let's be honest.
I just can't. I can't see anyone coming in with an upset at this point. Like the closest
it's like Sound of Metal and Best Sound. Like I can't. It's just such a lot. I can't see anybody else winning.
The closest is Fincher, and that's if the Academy do have the snapback this year. If Mank starts to win the technicals at the start, and racks about 3 or 4 technicals up, we could be in for the upset of the decade, century. We could be up for the upset of the Oscars.
2020 starting strong.
Oh man, we really could just be in for a huge upset. But I don't see it happening. I really don't.
All right, and last award of the night, the big one, the biggie, Best Picture. Nominees are The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of Chicago 7. Once again, the Academy proving that the expansion for 10 spots was a useless gesture because they never seem to use all 10 spots.
Well, next year they have to. Next year they're back.
That's right. Next year they have to.
Next year they are back to 10 spots, and I am so excited. I am so angry because I actually thought it was this year, and when they didn't, I was like, "What? No! You've got 2 whole spots. Put Ma Rainey in. Jesus."
Put Ma Rainey. Put Soul. Put something.
Put
One Night in Miami?
Yeah, One Night in Miami. Fuck, Birds of Prey if you really have to. Like, I just...
I'm not gonna go that far, but yeah, you could have. You got the spot. You could if you want to.
Like, just, yeah.
That'd be hilarious. Birds of Prey gets no nomination, but just gets Best Picture.
Gets a Best Picture? Yeah, that would be funny.
But, yeah, my pick for this one, Nomadland.
Yeah, it's Nomadland. I would be shocked if anything else picked this one up. Again, the only way it does is if Nomadland loses all of those precursors. And that's the only way I can see it possibly happening. And we're in for an upset with maybe Trial. But Trial's got to do a lot of work to win Best Picture. And it's got to win a lot of those early awards that I just don't see it winning. And this is a weird year because there just isn't that crowd. Like, Trial was meant to be the crowd pleaser, and it just didn't. It
did not please the crowd.
It didn't land the way that people were expecting, and I think, and because of that, I don't think we're going to see any big upset. You know, this isn't an upset year. I really don't think it is going to be, and I think we're just going to see Nomadland pull off.
This isn't a Green Book situation.
No, even. The other thing you've got to remember is before all the big upsets, we've been hearing beforehand there's an upset coming. We've been before Green Book happened, we've been hearing Roma's not winning Best Picture. It's going to be Green Book. We'd been hearing that. We'd been hearing that Moonlight was getting a lot of momentum. We haven't heard that about Chicago. Chicago has not gotten the momentum. There isn't that other film that you're hearing to get the momentum. Hell, even in a year where bloody Shape of Water won, and that was a one that people were convinced was going to win anyway. Get Out was getting momentum. Get Out was getting a lot of momentum at the end. But it didn't. It meant nothing. It didn't end up getting there. We haven't heard that other film that is getting the momentum to come in and sweep. And I
only
just don't see.
Only thing I can see is if the clinical strategy proves correct again, and Judas and the Black Messiah comes in, just yanks it. I don't see that happening because it hasn't won any major Best Pictures. But
that's the other thing. Like, when Lakeith was nominated, I genuinely went, holy shit, Judas could now be a serious contender. But then they didn't get director. And as soon as that happened, I know Green Book and Argo are the exceptions that prove the rule. You don't get director, you're done. Like, it's just not going to happen. And both circumstances for those two movies, they have extenuating circumstances. The Academy wasn't going to give a black and white foreign film best picture just yet. And Argo won best picture because he wasn't nominated.
Because we forgot Ben Affleck best director.
Oh yeah, but that's right. It was because he didn't get nominated. There was such anger about that. They then gave it to Argo for best picture. Whereas
that's been one of the most infuriating stuff the past 10 years. Like, because I really love Argo.
Yeah. I will never understand how Ben Affleck wasn't nominated for best picture. For best director.
Like, again, I think Ang Lee's a deserving winner because I do think
I do too. I think Ang Lee deserved to win it.
Yeah, looking at fucking Affleck's work with Argo. And just in general, like he's an excellent director, and so I felt like, he's gonna win Best Director. Comes out not even nominated. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
and the thing, they seem to have a history of like not nominating like famous actors who direct because Ben Affleck got snubbed, Bradley Cooper got snubbed, Regina King got snubbed this year.
Yeah, so I'm fascinated by this, but I think Nomadland's got this in the bag, and I'm pretty confident it's going to win this.
Yeah, I agree with you there. So only one way to find out. We're gonna have to see what happens this Sunday night. But Jacob, thank you for joining me, man. Where can people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Jacob London, and that's pretty much just really bad film takes on there.
I mean, you also did something happen today. You had a match drop.
I did. You can see my match with Jacoby Bancroft over on the Movie Trivia Schmodown. It's a really good one. I'm pretty proud of how I played.
Yeah, I advise check it out. My guy here plays great. Not gonna tell you the outcome, but this dude is a stud. I'm telling you right now. Find me on Twitter, ChanceWars_91. Subscribe to the channel, like this vid, comment, do all the things. Like I said, we're doing a lot more content for video this year. And check the podcast, Tourists by Chance. It's gonna do it for me and Jacob. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.